when I was 21.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to another MLB The Show 18 wishlist video. Last week we did our first episode of it and I went over the little things in Diamond Dynasty, and I asked you guys to give me your suggestions on what you want to see in MLB The Show 18 in terms of your wishlist. So we're going to go over a couple comments in this video, and it's going to be kind of a themed video. Today we're going to be talking about animations and fixes that need to happen in terms of that gameplay. So MLB The Show 17 actually took a very good step forward with fielding animations this year. They added a new feature called Humanity AI. They made it a big point to talk about in the pre-release developer streams.
And that's kind of the beauty of the new system. It understands the speed of the runner and going to first base and how much time he has. The other thing with the throwing is that we have a new multi-branch system that we put in. So any of our throws that actually, any of our catches that actually end in a run or a walking motion, we can actually, if you miss your first branch point, there's multiple branch points within those catches that allows the user to be late on his first branch and hit another branch point. And really all that means is that you're going to get a nice smooth throw if you're late on a branch, and as opposed to getting to the throw ready, which has always been the way our game is played in the past.
Basically, in MLB The Show 16, fielding was a little bit clunky. You know, it didn't matter what the guy's speed was. It could be Billy Hamilton with 99 speed, or it could be, you know, David Ortiz with 1 or 2 speed. And the fielders would kind of field the ball exactly the same. You know, the speed wasn't a factor. They would sometimes lob it over to first base, causing, you know, guys to beat out the throw, or sometimes they would actually field it and throw the ball really clean. But there was no system in place to make the fielders understand who was running down the baseline. So they added that this year with Humanity AI. And if you guys played MLB 16, I can tell you, you probably think the fielding is a hell of a lot better than it was last year, but that does not mean it is perfect. It actually has quite a few flaws. So one comment from the last video that I'd like to highlight is from Adrian Pineda. He said, they should fix complacent, lazy lob throw animations when an urgent throw is definitely needed, i.e. catcher blocks a ball and runner takes off. They should also fix how fielders get locked in place on bloop hits, allowing bloops and other soft hits to fall right next to stuck fielders. Now, I 100% agree with Adrian on this statement. There are way too many times in this game when I feel like a player is not either being urgent enough, or there's something weird going on with like a lob throw. There's some sort of animation branch in there that needs to be kind of tweaked. Because at the end of the day, when we're playing this game and we know that a specific play should result in an out, or at least something really close to an out, at least like a close play or something, it gets frustrating when we know, like, in real life, if this is supposed to be a realistic baseball sim, that would probably never happen, or that would happen at least a lot differently than it happened in the game, and it just gets a little infuriating. Sometimes it's unavoidable, you know, sometimes a video game will have a little glitch here and there, and you know, that's just something you can't get past. Video games have glitches, that's why it's not real life. But there's sometimes also when it's like, okay, come on, man, this is just, this should not happen right now. One thing that I know that has happened to me a lot is the fact that I have had guys not move. Like, I think in one of my recent streams, I had Carlos Beltran playing first base. Now, don't get me wrong, Carlos Beltran is not first base. I guess I'm totally cheesing the game by putting him in there, but first baseman can pretty much be anybody on your lineup. You know, you could put Bryce Harper at first base, he'll be fine. You could put, you know, a catcher at first base, they'll be fine. They will completely be okay over there for the most part. But I had a clip in one of my recent streams where Carlos Beltran literally was just standing there. The ball landed right next to him, and he didn't even move. It didn't matter what I did with my controller, he just stood there. Those are things that I think need to be fixed. It doesn't matter who you have playing first base right there. The fact that the guy doesn't even move to try to make an attempt at catching a ball that's right next to him, that's something that's got to be changed. Because in real life, that ball's being caught, or at least getting some more close to the glove. I know one of the lazy throws actually affected Atron in one of his more recent Battle Royale streams. I'll try and find the clip of it. This one was a little bit different, but it was like infield in, runner on first, or runner on third base, and the ball was hit pretty hard to second base with, like I said, with the infield in, and he was not able to get the out at home because the fielder either fielded it really weird or didn't throw the ball hard enough. Things like that. That's the whole reason why you have the infield in if you have a guy on third base, so you can try and stop him from scoring from third. So stuff like that just kind of needs to be tweaked to make it a little bit cleaner. The next point I want to talk about, I want to highlight a comment from this guy named Cal. He said, not so many passed balls. Cal, you are preaching to the choir, man. In this game, in MLB The Show 17, I cannot believe how bad catchers are defensively. So I put my creative player at catcher because he's a great hitter, And, you know, some people ask me, why don't you have 99 Yachty? Why don't you put 99 Mauer at catcher? To me, you could have a guy with 99 fielding and a guy with 1 fielding, and honestly, it feels like it doesn't even make a difference. There are so many pass balls in this game, so many times when I've seen plays where a catcher literally just has a fastball down the middle, and it just falls out of his glove and for some reason rolls to the dugout. Like, I understand wild pitches happen, I understand pass balls happen, but there comes a point when it's like, how is this guy with this good of defensive stats not able to block balls consistently, and you have more passed balls than you should have? I totally agree with you, man. If you've been watching my channel for most of the year, I have been saying this over and over and over. Catchers are terrible this year. I always tell people when they ask me for catcher recommendations in stream, I always say, you know, just find the best hitting guy you can. You know, if that means Mauer, if that means Yachty, if that means your creative player, throw him there. Don't even look at defensive stats. You know, there's times when defensive stats do matter, of course. You know, if you have Yachty or Molina behind there and he has that great arm strength, he's going to be able to throw out a couple runners. I'm not talking about the stealing or the base, like, you know, holding down the base paths. That's a whole other thing. I think that's actually fine. But as far as the pass balls and letting your opponent get extra bases when it really doesn't feel like they should, it gets frustrating, and I think that's something that needs to be at least tweaked. Also, when a catcher slides to try and go get a ball that's like rolling away from them, it's like either a wild pitch or a pass ball, when they slide on the grass to go get it, no catcher does that, man. It's just not, it's not good. So get rid of that too. Now, the last thing I want to talk about is kind of the thing that I think needs to be fixed more than anything in the show. I know a lot of people are going to say the hitting engine needs to be fixed more than anything, but to me personally, I think the tags on defense are the worst part of the game. So there were a couple comments from Ben, Christian, Liam, and Xila. I'm not sure if I said that right, but they all said that the tagging needs to be better, the tagging needs to be fixed, and I totally agree with that. How many times have you guys been in either a rundown or had a guy running right to the base and your guy just plain misses the tag? It blows my mind that this is such a hard thing for this game to get right. Now, I understand missed tags happen in real life, but if you think about a missed tag, that happens when a guy is sliding into the base and it's like a close play. There's pretty much next to no times when a third baseman or any infielder for that matter will miss a tag when the guy is running directly at them. I'm not talking about a tag on the base, I'm talking about a tag in the middle of the base path when a runner is literally making a beeline straight for the base, the fielder is right there ready to tag him. All he has to do is reach out and put the ball or put his glove on the guy with the ball in the glove. It's not like football where they get to juke. Like, you can't run out of the baseline. You can kind of make a little move here and there to get around the guy, but these tags should be outs. How many times have you guys seen this happen to you where you just have a guy right in front of you, your guy straight up misses the tag, then the guy keeps running and you have to try to throw the ball to the base and it's something like a lob throw? It's gotta be the most annoying thing to me. If we clean up these animations, we are gonna have such a good year as far as defensive plays. These animations cause so much frustration, and a lot of it is stuff that we just physically can't control. With the hitting engine, which we're going to talk about in a later video, at least with the hitting engine, you understand it. It's like, alright, you know, it may not be completely realistic sometimes, but, you know, if I swing just late or late, I will get a higher exit velocity, the ball will be hit harder, it might go farther off the bat, you know. That may be a problem in itself, but at least we understand a little bit how the hitting engine kind of has changed. With tags and defensive fielding, this is something that we can't control. This is the game making these plays for us, making these decisions for a lob throw depending on how we field the ball, where we field the ball, all that type of stuff. But it really frustrates us when we can't control that aspect. If we're not making any mistakes as a player, why should we be penalized by randomness in the game? That to me just needs to be completely fixed. That is one thing that I know you guys want to see fixed as well. Animations are just a huge deal, and some animations at the end of the day, they're just unavoidable. I'm no expert in game design. I've never been in a game design studio. I've never been in that environment. I don't know how it works. I'm not trying to say that I know how it works, but I think these things could be fixed, and I think that would help the game so much. So if you guys commented anything about animations or anything about tagging or anything like that, hopefully I got your comment on the screen. I apologize if I didn't. I tried to go through all of them and do the best I could. I also saw some other really good comments on the last video as well. I will be going over like all the videos, comments, and stuff for the next one, so don't think that if you commented on the first video that your idea is not going to be used. This is just the idea that I chose for the second video. But we're going to have a ton of more videos for this MLB 18 wish list, guys. We need to start getting this information to the devs, so make sure you're leaving your thoughts down in the comments. I look at all of them. Thank you guys for watching this video. Drop a like if you did enjoy. Make sure you subscribe to the channel so you never miss any more MLB The Show news or updates or anything like that. I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.